What's up, guys? Today is Friday. We're going to continue with our backtesting sessions. And right now we are looking at the dollar. So this is pretty much, let's see, this is Friday, Wednesday, Tuesday. So Monday, the beginning of the week literally started right here, right? Sunday, we can see it. If you guys can't see, this black box right here is saying Thursday, Friday, Sunday, right? So I'm looking at the days of the week right here. And it looks like Monday is right here. So guys, we've really just been hanging out in this area. Now, when you guys are looking at this, what do you guys think this is? Let me pull up the chats real quick. Y'all could unmute, man. This is an advanced call. I mean, I do see some advanced people, and this is for you guys. So, I mean, I could
Is
just mark up
liquidity?
to mark up. Yes, that's liquidity, right? That's consolidation. So the market is literally hanging out, bouncing, and just chilling. Right. Yes, it looks like it's giving some moves, especially if you're looking at it maybe on the 15 1 hour, 5 and below, right? These look like massive moves. And honestly, it's literally just consolidating in this area. Right. Now, that's a good thing. We just have to see why. Right. And we can't see much while the market is right here. So what we have to do is we have to go ahead and hop on a higher time frame and zoom out. Right. Because when we refresh the page, how does it show it to us? Right? Kind of like this. And this is actually what I would like to see, right? I would like to zoom out and see the bigger picture. When it's like this, guys, you cannot see anything. But I know for beginners, like this is easier to see because you want to be like all zoomed in. But guys, you guys have to remember there's a bigger game going on. So you guys got to zoom out. Now, if we go to the higher time frame, let's go to the weekly. Our sales that we called out, we guys literally we called out sales right here when the market was down here. So we already saw this coming. We already foresaw this stuff, right? Which is a good thing. Everything is playing out like it's supposed to. But now we have to go ahead and just run it back one time. And let me just go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. Now, guys, anytime I'm looking at a head and shoulder, right? Anytime we're seeing a head and shoulder. Now, again, this can look like the super nice, simple play within the market structure here, or we can have that consolidation play, right? Both are good. Both are good. As long as we get a sweep of liquidity and a change of direction, that is exactly what we need to see, right? But what makes these plays even better, guys, is liquidity being built up after the change of direction. So we already know we got the change of direction here, right? Let's go ahead and just label these. And I'm not really breaking much down today because, again, this is an advanced call, right? Mondays where we break it down a whole lot more. I want to go ahead and get into it, right? Now, as soon as we get these change of directions, the best thing that we want, or the one thing that we want to see really is consolidation. We want to see the market hang out down here, right? That's a good thing. So if it's doing that, just let it do what it wants to do, right? We know at the end of the day, we actually want to go ahead and wait around here. We want to look for sales around these areas. Give me a 5 if you guys are with me right now. If you guys have any questions, please unmute. If you are, within your first month, you are going to be a bit confused. Make sure you continue watching the videos.
Yes, I am very much confused right now because it's only my second time here. I apologize for interrupting. Um, I got a little lost on the bottom, and I have a quick question. The bottom where you said just hang out, would that be actually a good time to buy in because it's such a, like if we're getting into the market and then
No,
selling where you want it to be?
no,
No?
that's
Got
not
it.
what we're looking to do, right? Because if the market is already going down, right? If the market's already in a downtrend, and we can see that the market is, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, so on and so forth, right? The market is going down. Now, the best thing we can do is just wait for sales. So we're either going to sell, let me just move this up here for clarity. We're either going to wait for the market to come to my sell zone and I'm taking action there, or what I'm waiting for is a break of structure to the downside to let me know that the market wants to continue down or selling now. Does that make sense? So I'm not really looking to aggressive buy to this sell zone. If it happens, it happens. But because the market is already so bearish and has that seller's momentum, I want to just wait for seller confirmation. So we could take an easy starting point and continue the market selling, if that makes sense.
Got
But
it.
yeah, bro, because this is your second day, I really just want you to just watch and see how we move. Write your questions down. Anything that you have, write your questions down, and make sure you get with me, sometime this weekend or sometime next week, and we can go ahead and answer those, bro.
Got it. No worries. Thank you.
Yes, sir. But guys, does that make sense? Because that's actually a great question. Like that's something that someone within their first week or first month is going to ask. So that's actually a great question. Does that make sense, guys? Because sellers are already in momentum, we just want to wait for the seller confirmation. So as the market is consolidating, right? That's a good thing, because when the market actually comes up and gives us a sell opportunity, this is what we're going to be targeting. These are our TPs. Does that make sense? So I'm just going to move this over here because we just have a lot more room. Right? I'm looking to take some sells right here. My stop loss, let me just shrink the stop loss real quick. Stop loss is always above the high. Make this red with the minimum 1 to 3 risk to reward. Right? Minimum 1 to 3. Right? That's what we like to practice here. Now, but when you can see equal lows down here, I'm already thinking the market wants to target that. Right? If the market can make its way, come back up and give me a sell opportunity, because the market is already bearish, I will like the market to continue making new lows. Give me a 2 if that makes sense. So even though we're practicing 1 to 3, we can go ahead and stretch out our TPs a bit lower so we can get a bit better risk to reward. Now, just because we're doing that, though, we still have to have good money management and make sure you guys are taking partials, moving your stop losses to break even, taking money off of the playing field and putting it into your account, because the money isn't yours, guys, until it's in your trading account. And it's really not yours until you withdraw that money from your trading account into your brokerage account and back into your hands, right? So make it happen. You know what I'm saying? If the market is giving you opportunities, it's within your power to do it, to do all that money management things. I can't do it for you. Nova can't do it for you. Juan can't do it for you. Tere, Jose, we can't do it for you. Gonzalo, we can't do it for you. If you're taking opportunities and the market is in profit and you are not taking partials or even closing these trades and the market goes against you, that is on you. We cannot do that stuff for you. That's on your trading account. That's on your phone. That's on your computer. Give me a 1 if that makes sense, guys. Because if the market is already at 1 to 1, 1 to 2, and you're not breaking even, guys, if you break even, this is a risk-free trade. You lose no money. And if the market continues to drop, then the only thing we're doing is winning, or we're breaking even. We literally don't lose any. But if you don't move your stop loss to break even, the market's in profit, you don't take partials, and the market goes against you and continues to go higher, there's nothing we can do about that. You guys need to get on that. Now, again, exits are what get us paid. Great guidance, Vinny. Yep. What's up, Shawnee? Nice to see you. Yes, guys, you got to have the good money management, right? So make sure you guys are practicing that stuff. But when we see the consolidation, that is a good thing, right? That is a good thing. Now, when we go back over here, boom, look at what we got. Higher, oops. We got higher high, higher low.
I have a question, man.
What's up, Juan?
What's up, man? Hey, you know that at the beginning we all went for a 1 to 3, really, right? Like that was kind of like our standard before we actually learned the structure and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, like, I do take partials and it's on my plan, but it kind of gives me, some type of noise because, maybe I'll be setting like a 1 to 3 or a 1 to 4. But when I take partials, it's not really a 1 to 3 nor a 1 to 4. It's a little less, depending on where you take it, because of course you're reducing your lot size at the end of the day. So how do you usually go about it? Or is it, you know, maybe you have something psychology wise that keeps you from thinking that?
I mean, do you see yourself in blues? Like you see the money being created and on your phone? You guys need to have that in your wallet, bro. Like that, for me, that's what it is. Like the psychology behind it is like, yes, we all want to continue making money. And that's just like everybody, the 100% of people want to continue growing that trade, right? But like, guys, do you guys really think you guys aren't good enough to catch another trade and do it again? Like Juan, I know you're good, bro. I see your charts. You smack. You have good risk money, good money management, good risk to reward. You really don't think you can catch these trades and opportunities again, week by week?
Yes, sir.
Because I know you can, right? That's I know everybody can. So yeah, I understand, right? When you're maybe at a 1-to-1, 1-to-2, right? And you're taking partials, whatever your plan is, guys, like that's okay. Yes, you reduce your risk, but you're gonna catch another opportunity in the next day or the next 2 days. We continue to do these things. I mean, if your plan, I don't want to practice this, but I mean, if your plan says, you know what, I'm either taking a loss or I'm taking the 1-to-3 with no partials, but yes, stop loss to break even, then okay. But for me, I want to take as much money from the markets as possible, even if it is $5, $10, $20. Like, bro, if I'm up $100 or let's just say, $60, I'm gonna take 30 out the markets, dog, and that's gonna be my lunch. Or that's gonna be a quarter tank. Does that make sense, guys? Like
Straight up.
we have to get over the fact that
100%.
we're losing the money. Like, oh, the money is going down. Like, bro, the money's not going down. You just took it and put it in your pocket. Let the rest continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? And then secondly, like guys, continue to study, continue to put in the work, continue to back test like we are. And you guys are going to be able to make these opportunities happen day in and day out, once to twice to 3 times a week if possible, if the market gives you these opportunities. Like you guys are going to do it over and over and over again. And then sooner or later, because you're like, oh, I don't want to do it because I only have $100 account. Like I don't want to take partials. Like, bro, sooner or later, you stay consistent 2-3 years down the line, that, $50 take partial is going to be 500. 2-3 years after that, it's going to be 5,000. Does that make sense, guys? It's only going to keep growing. But if you're ungrateful for the little wins, how do you expect to get the big ones? Dead ass. Right? Do not let that greed take over. Every time you think about that money in a negative way, or I'm losing it, or this greed, you got to think greed, and then you got to shut it off right away. Right? You got to shut it off right away. So, Juan, I hope that makes sense, bro.
Yes, man. Thank you very much.
Of course, of course. Good question. And guys, I mean, he's someone who is putting the work and is fairly advanced. So if he's continuing to ask questions, so should everybody else. You feel me? Now let's continue with this right here. Right? Market is giving me structure: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. As soon as we change direction, we know we have that change of direction right here. Awesome. So now we have a head and shoulder setup. We're waiting for the market to come back. Okay, the market was chilling right here. Now, this is the monthly or weekly time frame. So this is, 2025, 2024, 2023. This is 2 years of just consolidating, back and forth movement. The dollar was chilling. Back and forth movement, right? Now look what happens. The market makes its way. Took some time, took 2 years. Made its way up here. Rejected off of the zones we were already looking for sales, and the market gave us a change of direction again. Now, we already have a liquidity target, right? We're already expecting for the market to make its way and eventually take out this liquidity. Now, if that happens, I mean, honestly, just start stacking, guys, because like recession may be in play. If the market gets under and stays below here, a recession may be in play. Now, when we were already around here, we were already touching recession. We were knocking on its door, but they changed what the recession was. They redefined recession, but we were already knocking on its door. Now, if we can get down here, that's going to be crazy, right? That's going to be crazy. But now look, we have targets already. Now, when we drop down to lower time frame, let's just delete this stuff. And let's just put this one over here. Why not? Just to make it like super clear and simple. All right, this is what I'm looking at. Left shoulder, neckline, head, change of direction. Now we're starting to build liquidity. Now, if the market can make its way up here, I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. The market can just continue down for all I know. But whenever the market comes back to this area, I'm going to be looking to take some more shorts with the dollar. And we also have extra liquidity targets. So this gives us an even more of an incentive that the dollar can continue dropping. Does that make sense, guys? The market can make its way. Don't know when it's going to happen. The dollar can make its way. I would be looking to continuing these sales and continue taking out these pieces of liquidity. Now look at this, guys. The market gave a beautiful shift, in my opinion. Like, this is beautiful structure right here. This was super clean. Now we're on the daily time frame, right? Look at the structure that was here. We have higher high, higher high, higher low, break of structure. Higher high, higher low, break of structure. So if the market wants to continue going up, we want the market to give me higher low, break of structure. But if we're looking for a change of direction, we need for the market to break and close below this previous higher low. And that's exactly what it did right here. That's exactly, I mean, it played out perfectly, in my opinion. Even though it didn't give a whole lot of consolidation, right? This gives us like a more of like a confidence boost, especially when it's just like chilling right here. But guys, once we get this change of direction, especially on the daily time frame, I am trusting higher time frame structure every single time, especially when we're already looking for that reversal on the higher time frame. Like, everything is starting to click for this setup right inside of here. Now, because it's the daily structure, guys, there's only one setup. This is it. This is the setup that we have. Simple, clean structure. Boom. Sell the market. The market sold. But if we drop to a lower time frame, there can possibly be a whole lot of fake outs. There can possibly be a head and shoulder right here. Right? It could possibly be a head and shoulder right here. There can be a lot, especially on lower time frames. Let's drop down. I didn't really focus on 1 hour structure right here, so I can't even tell you. I was focused on the daily for extra confirmation. Let's see. See, that even like makes it a whole lot nicer because it doesn't even give you a whole lot of clean incentive to sell yet. Like, it doesn't even give you sell structure yet, right? And this whole time, look what it's doing. Just building liquidity. Building liquidity. Like, I'm looking at this and like, dude, I can't wait for us to get that change of character. But it's clean. In my opinion, this is clean. Now, the 1 hour time frame isn't as smooth because this would be your break of structure, and this would be your change of character. So it's not as clean on the 1 hour time frame. But as soon as we got that shift, notice though, as soon as we got this change of character shift, bro, we continue to consolidate, and this is exactly why I don't buy, Richard, right? If I either wait right here, or I wait for the sell confirmations. Because if you were looking to aggressively buy, bro, once we got sell confirmation right here with that change of character and we broke and closed below, some people are thinking, oh, let's just go ahead and buy to this sell. We'll close these buys and sell the market. What if it doesn't do that? Right? Boom, massive dump. Whoever was looking to aggressively buy to the sell, I mean, obviously just took a loss or took a hit on their portfolio. Right? So once we get sell confirmation with the change of direction, and I know you're only 2 days in, bro, but you're going to learn change of direction, sell confirmation. We're looking to take the shorts. Now,
Yeah,
again,
I
you
guess my opinion changed when you zoomed out. I saw more, but when you were zoomed in is when I was a little confused at the moment. But now that you've zoomed out and showed more of the graph, I'm more understanding of what you're talking about.
let's go, bro. Let's go. And that's why it's super important to zoom out, guys, so you guys can see the bigger picture. For sure. For sure. But yes, this is, oh, let's go ahead and go back. Let me see. Daily. Where are we at, bro? All right, let's drop down because the market is consolidating. Let's go ahead and go back down to the 4 hour. Now, for me, I would like to see like minimum if we can come back. Feel like there's a starting point right here. Let's drop down to the 1 hour real quick. Yes, sir. We have lower low, lower high, break the structure to the downside. And as soon as we break structure to the downside, notice how we just build that trend line liquidity. We build just trend line, trend line, trend line, trend line, chilling, equal highs right here and continue down, right? So I would not mind seeing if the market can actually come to this area and then continue selling. And then that's also literally inside of a fat imbalance. What the heck? Where am I at? A fat imbalance on the 4 hour / daily, right? On the daily, I believe that's just a big imbalance. Yeah. So would not mind seeing if the market can go ahead, lower low, lower high, continue down. And as it's up here, we're looking for this structure shift. Boom, confirmation, we're selling the dollar. Watch out for the 401ks. Put them in crypto. Just kidding. That's not legal advice. I shouldn't be saying that. But does this make sense, guys? This makes sense. This right here is pretty fire, in my opinion. I mean, we still have equal lows right here. Oh, no, I took it out. Never mind. Bet. Now, if we go to US 30, what time is it? Okay. US 30. I mean, let me just clear up some of this stuff right here. Look at, guys, this is what my chart looks like. What does your chart look like? You guys think I don't do this right here? Like y'all think like, oh, like the he's Vanny, he teaches whatever, he knows what he's doing. Like, guys, this is indices. The big dog shit. You guys think you can just be nonchalant trading indices? You have to be on your game. I mark it up just like this as well. Sometimes it gets messy and cluttered, but you got to do it. Right? You guys got to be writing this, or getting your hands dirty. This is going to keep you accurate. As soon as you mark it up and you see what you're waiting for, you guys are literally just waiting. Like, wait for the market to come back to me. That's it. Now, check me out. This is what I was looking for. I was expecting a reaction around here or even down here because, I mean, one, US 30 has been bullish, right? Dang, I'm so upset the market never came back down to pick me up. I mean, it did right here, though. Left shoulder, head, change of direction, literally snipe the right shoulder. And if you guys miss that, I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. Crazy. But since then, market's been bullish, right? Market has been bullish. Now, I'm looking at structure here. Now, even though it's pretty freaking ugly, market has still been respecting, right? Market has still been respecting. So I'm looking at this, right? We have a break of structure to the upside. Oops. Break of structure to the upside, BOS. Now, I know my starting point to that is right here, but that looks like that wasn't the move. And my lowest area is here. So if I'm looking at it like a head and shoulder, I have lower low, lower high, lower low. This is my very last BOS inside this pullback, right? My very last bearish BOS inside this pullback. What did it come down to? Notice how we have a break of structure right here. This starting point was a smackaroo, smacker, right? So again, on the way down to this buy, I wanted to mark up my zones, mark up the break of structures. Boom. Very last BOS is right here, which means this would be my shoulder zone. Now, this is a very ugly head and shoulder, right? But again, every stop loss to the head and shoulder will always be the dominant low. Always be the dominant low. If you guys like to minimize and put it on, right here, I mean, you can do that, but I will always put my stop loss on the dominant low. So you guys tell me, did this trade hit? Now we could even pull out a 1 to 3. 1 to 1, you're break even. 1 to 2, you take partials. 1 to 3, did your trade hit?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it did. Now, following that, the market is continuing to go in that bullish trend, right? Now, look at if I was waiting for the market to come down here, if I'm waiting for the market to come down here, I need to follow the break of structures down to my buy zone. This is my very last BOS. Let's just move this stuff over. Bearish BOS to the downside. Oops. That gave me my change of character to the upside.
Yo, Beanie, I have a question.
What's up? What's up?
Is this considered a BOS, this candle right here? Like this candle right there?
No,
No.
no. We want to make sure we I mean, on this time frame, it doesn't look like there's anything special, but I would always want to go ahead and focus on this change of character. Because as soon as we get that, then everything else after a change of direction is a break of structure.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because the last thing I want to do is get caught looking for early buys, right? You're being too aggressive, right? Being too aggressive looking for early buys, because if the market was still bearish, this would be my starting point. Now, it held it down actually for a couple of days, right? This is the daily time frame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Market respected this, right? So yeah, I don't want to buy too early. Even right here, as soon as we change direction, boom, right down to that right shoulder. Gave me a move already. Smacking. We're out of here. Right. So I'm always waiting for the confirmation. Like, it may look like you're missing the move because you're like, oh, fuck, I could have caught this. But this wasn't your move. This was the confirmation. If you missed this move, then I'd be mad. But this is the one we're really waiting for. This right here is the confirmation. Let everybody else buy the hype. Let everybody else buy the momentum. Because we know when that momentum dies, we're waiting. Well, everybody is taking losses and in drawdown because they got in following momentum. Boom, we're getting in to shift the market up.
All right, but appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Now, again, we have the BOS right here, which would make this my left shoulder. Now, this barely missed, like barely. Like, I'm okay with that, guys. Every strategy is going to have something that barely misses. That's going to have a snipe and you're gonna hit stop loss. It is what it is. Like, there is no like holy grail strategy. Like, that's just what the game is. Like, that's part of it, right? It's like taking your bumps and bruises, playing soccer, football. It's part of the game. Being missed sometimes is part of the game. But when it's going in our direction, okay, that's okay. We just have to wait for more confirmation. Now, again, if I'm looking to buy here, I have to follow my bearish breaker structures. So we had support, breaker structure, and we also had a liquidity sweep here, which I'm pretty interested in if the market can come down. And then we get that change of direction. And the market never comes back to this area, never comes back for a minute. And what do? Just build liquidity, build liquidity, build liquidity, build liquidity, take off. So if I'm looking at that and I'm seeing the market just build liquidity, I'm thinking, okay, like sooner or later, the market's going to want to come back here, right? I don't know when, but sooner or later, the market's going to want to come back here. Now, there's also a starting point right here. But now look, I know I'm waiting. Guys, you guys are talking about, oh, like you wait forever trading Forex pairs. You wait for, you trade Forex, you wait forever. Guys, same, you guys want really good moves? You have to wait forever. Like, I don't know. I see things different, right? I'm looking for the move of the month, not the move of the day or the week, for me personally, right? So, like, after this change of direction, how long does it take for the market to come back? It took 178 days. Some of y'all can't wait a week trading Forex. I mean, I've been there. I'm like, well, shit, it's taking forever, dog. I'm gonna start looking at more pairs, right? Look, I've been there. But you want to catch really good moves? Guys, the market is giving you the setup. How patient are you willing to be? If you can see the equal lows, you know sooner or later, the market will want to target something down here. It's going to want to take these out. Then you forget to set an alarm. Guys, set tons of alarms. Yes. Yeah, delayed gratification. Yes, Teo. Yes, I love that. You have to wait for these good setups. I'm not saying you guys can't catch any setups within here because I can see some. You know what I'm saying? I can see some. But when you know there is liquidity hanging out right here, guys, sooner or later, the market will come back down here. It may let you play around inside of here. And you know what it's doing? If it's allowing you to play inside of here, guys, knowing there's a setup down here, what do you think it's doing? What do you think you're participating in? And then you guys are going to want to say it because then you guys want to believe you guys are part of the liquidity. But what do you think it's allowing you to participate in? You guys are part of the liquidity. Give me a 2 if that makes sense, guys. So I know a lot of people are trading on 1 hour time frames, even less, right? On indices, right? I know Mike trades on the 5 and the 1, things like that, right? Which is fine, right? But when you zoom out and hop on a higher time frame, you guys can let everybody else eat if you want. Like for me, I'm never really trading like 1 minute time frames. I'm not trying to catch the move of the day. Like that's not what I'm doing personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a 4 hour daily time frame. So I already know if I'm chilling and I see a setup right here and I see maybe, you know, Junior call the buy right here. Boom, smacked. Awesome. Y'all ate. Maybe Neri call the buy right here. Smacked. Y'all ate. Right? But look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. I do 1 minute to 5 minute on US 30. Yeah, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. If it's working for you, let it keep happening, my boy. Right now, look it. As soon as the market comes down here, I need to focus on the structure on the way down. On the way down, guys. BOS to the downside, right? The market's bearish. So we're looking for bearish breaker structures and bullish change of characters. We have a breaker structure to the downside. We need to adjust excuse me, we need to adjust our lines. Let's continue. We have another break of structure to the downside. Very faint, but it's there, right? Very faint, but it's there. We have another break of structure to the downside. Oops, I just took it. Stole it, bro. Bearish break of structure to the downside. Awesome. Let me see. All right. Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, cool. We got the change of direction, right? Now look at, that's not a change of direction. That's not a break and close. That's a break and close. When you see the candle break and close above, right? Close above that black line. That's the confirmation. I don't want it to just touch it. I want it to break and close above it, right? So let's go ahead. Change of direction. Now, I would like to see if the market can come back in this area. Would love to see if the market can come back in this area. I don't know when, but I would like to see that. Would like to see that. So notice right here, as soon as we got this bullish change of direction, we can already start looking for buys. We have the breakout rally, right? My starting point would be right here. Now, the lowest wick where the starting point would be here, right? But we can also use the dominant low. Now, this is a 4-hour time frame, so I want to see structure right here in the 1 hour. Oh, snap. It already took it, too. It already had taken it on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, it's different structure. But let's go ahead and take a look. So this is where we run our risk to reward, right? We're either going to take a win here, or we're going to take a loss and wait for the market to come to my zone that I originally wanted to buy, so we can go ahead and look for some buys. But that's just what it is. We don't know where the market is going to respect. So I'm going to put my stop loss at the low. I'm just not a fan of tight stop losses for me personally. I've back tested them. I've ran my first my first year and a half, almost 2 years, with tighter stop losses because I wanted like a 1 to 8s and 1 to 9s. But I realized if I just give my trade a little bit of cushion, like I'm okay with taking home 1 to 4s and 1 to 3s. Like for me, that fits a lot better, right? So I like to put my stop losses at the lows. And I also see the educators do the same, so I mean, makes me feel way more confident. Now let's just see what's good. Dang, the market. That was a miss. But check me out. Because of indices, right? There's hardly any spread. Like you should still be in this trade. You should still be in that trade. So we have, I mean, for me, that's not a loss. And I know Mike says it too. Like that's enough room to not have that loss in your book. And for me too, I'm always putting my stop loss like this. Do you have anyone looking for a setup? Do you have to focus on finding a specific move, like sales, buys, or reversals, or you just have trade what the market gives you? Yanni, what's up, Yanni? How long have you been with this, bro? Or sis?
For a couple of weeks.
Okay, cool. Now,
A month.
A month?
Yeah, like a month.
Okay, cool. Cool. Now, whenever I'm looking for a setup, right? First and foremost, I always have a ton of videos on this, especially on the YouTube. So I definitely want you to check those out. But as the market is in a downtrend, I want to look for sales. Why catch a falling knife and try to take buys when I can see that the market is selling? Right now, when the market is bullish, I want to look for buys. Why try to sell against the trend? It's like swimming in a current, right? Swimming in a river. Swimming with the current is much easier, less tiring. Trying to trade against the current, your ass will get beat up, dog. You ain't gonna like it. You know, it sucks.
Yeah, I really went
Yes.
through it, so thank you.
What's up?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really went through that.
yeah. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling at all. So yeah, make sure you check out the YouTube videos. Before I end the call, definitely drop my my YouTube, or I'll go ahead and put my YouTube in the Powerhouse channel. So make sure you guys check those out. I will drop the link in the Powerhouse channels. Got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, technically this trade should be up still. Like that's pretty scary, right? I know a lot of people are saying like, bruh, I would have exited the trade. Well, that's the thing too, guys, right? For me, I'm not exiting my trade early, like prematurely. If the market is in drawdown, that's something that I have to handle. You have to be able to stomach drawdown, especially when you're trading indices. Drawdown is not pretty. If you're trading on the higher time frames with the big dogs, from entry to stop loss, this is already 256 pips, which is a $256 loss. Right? So are you able to stomach $256 being taken from your trading account? Seeing that in the negative, right? But as soon as your trade holds, it pretty much goes up about the same. Even more. 300 and let's say like 340 pips. So now you're up $340. Well, you wouldn't be up $340 if you couldn't stomach 240. You know what I'm saying? So guys, don't exit your trade. You're either going to take the win or you're going to take the loss. If you are willing to take this opportunity, which is opportunity one, you have to know in your head you may take the loss anyways. Why? Because the market may make its way down here and shift the market up. Does that make sense? But look, again, guys, are we waiting for buys down here? Let's clear this up. Let's clear this up. We're waiting for buys down here, right? Do you guys see anything on my chart? Anything on my chart that tells you, I think the market's going to revisit that spot because I see this. That's something, yes, that's something. I'm looking for something else, though. We just talked about it the first whole half of the call. Starts with the L and ends with the Y.
Liquidity.
Liquidity. Does anybody see the liquidity? If you can, go ahead and draw it on my chart. Let's go. Juan, I wasn't looking at that one. Whoever drew this, I wasn't looking at this. This actually looks like solid structure in my opinion. But I was looking at this. That does look like equal lows to me, which means sooner or later, I would like to see, I don't know when, the market can go up for a little bit and then round out and the market can make its way. But whenever it wants to come back down, I'm looking for the market to take this low and take this liquidity and give me an opportunity so we can shift that market higher. Does that make sense, guys? And I do see this as well. This would be like a closer starting point that I would look at because we do have a break of structure within structure. This should be like a play inside of a play for the starting point because technically we don't get the change of direction till here. But we also have, especially on the 1 hour, if I drop down, or yeah, it's even telling me right here on the 4 hour. So we do also have a starting point in this area that's right below our liquidity, right? So keep that in your mind, guys. Put your alerts down here whenever the market comes. The market's going to be dropping. Everybody on social media is going to be like, oh, the indices are dropping, yada, yada, yada. But we already know what we're looking for. We're looking to shift the market and send the market up. Let me see. Thank you, Isha. Appreciate it. Anybody want me to look at something before we head out of here? We have like 10 minutes. Anything specific? Anything specific?
Yo, Vern, can I ask a quick question? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so when you're looking at, so when we have liquidity, right? But sometimes like there's a starting point right there in that liquidity. Are we just, can I just test trade that starting point and wait for like what I'm looking at for like a regular head and shoulder or an inverted head and shoulder at that point? Like, what is your feedback on those starting points that are in that liquidity zone?
So like if you're saying the market continues here and maybe gives me a starting point right here,
Yeah,
or
just like,
or the,
yeah, or it's an example like that. Yeah, in this case.
okay, so yeah, when you see that and the market already giving me bullishness right here, you can definitely test trade these zones. But again, guys, because I already see equal lows, I would like to see if the market can come down here sometime, right? So you guys can definitely test trade these. If the market comes back down and enters this starting point, test trade it, right? Under leveraged. Now, because this is the indices, right? Some of the brokers, I don't know if your broker has it, but some of the brokers have minis. Use the minis instead of losing, I don't know, 120 pips. Maybe you could have lost, or I'm sorry, $120. Maybe you could have lost 12. Right? Instead of losing, 250, you lost 25. Minis are super, super helpful. Super, super helpful. So if you're going to test trade this, test trade it. And again, knowing this is liquidity. This is liquidity. I know I should not be entering at no more than a 1%. But if you are going to enter 1%, okay, cool. Take the loss like a boss and know where you're entering next. But yes, because I see this as liquidity and I see this as a starting point, I would more likely like to under leverage just in case the market wants to go down. Now, I'm fine with the $25 loss, right? Now, if the market comes back inside of here, cool. Let's go ahead and take that. Once we get this change of direction, we can enter again and shift the market up. Make sense?
Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Yep. Oops. See what you got, Juan. Yeah, we can take a look at that right now, Richard. I got you, bro, before we get out of here. EURUSD. Let's take a look at that real quick. That don't look too bad. 1 hour time frame in this area. That does look pretty solid. I want to see what the left side looks like, though. Oh yeah, I would like to see if EU can come up just a bit higher. But if it doesn't, I mean, it is what it is, right? If the market just continues to sell off, that's cool. I'm not tripping. But because the dollar is dropping, and I mean, again, this kind of looks back like, reversal of the dollar, right? Let's go ahead and just delete this stuff. Notice how on EURUSD, there's a fat jump to the upside and then equal highs pulling back, right? Let's go to the dollar. Fat jump to the downside, equal lows, looking for this pullback to continue, right? So on EU, the market is selling down on lower time frame, but I would not mind it if we can go ahead and continue with the buys. This is the daily starting point. Looking for sells mostly because it rejected off the daily SP. Yeah, I see that. I see that for sure. I see that for sure. I think I had this right here. This was my shoulder looking for buys. But again, yes, I mean, somebody has to buy and somebody has to sell. Someone has to take a loss, right? It might be me. If Juan, because Juan's a market mover. If y'all don't know, Juan's been putting in that work. We got that BOS to the downside. BOS, we do have, is that what he's looking at? 1 hour? Okay, let's go to the 1 hour. BOS, he got the starting point locked in, right? Someone got to take the L. It could be me, right? He can go ahead and get this move, continue to the downside, hit my stop loss. He just took profit, and then we get that shift, and then that's where I start to go ahead and come in. Right? Just because I want something to happen doesn't mean it's going to happen. We got to think in probabilities. And that's why that's what you guys should be doing. That's why when you guys take a loss, you guys shouldn't just be like why? Why didn't the market listen to me? Why didn't the market listen to my $100 account? Like, bro, it doesn't have to listen to you. It doesn't have to listen to anybody. Right? What we do as traders, guys, is find these opportunities, take these opportunities, and know how to react. As of right now, the market is continuing down. Now, this is a possible buy zone, but technically I haven't even got confirmation for buys yet, right? If I'm looking for confirmation for buys, this would be my change of direction. Soon as the market breaks and closes above this black line, I'm looking to start entering some more buys. Let the market pull back and shift the market up. So technically, I have no bullish confirmation, right? No bullish confirmation. Let me see. But I do like that structure, Juan. That looks good, bro. Everything looks good. I like the markups. Everything's saucy, bro. Keep it up, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir. NZD CAD. Let me show you guys this real quick. iPhone. Who's iPhone? Maria. Oh, what's up, Maria? This does look good though. I can see this is the 4 hours, so I can see the shoulder here, left shoulder, change of direction, trend line, came right back, continue to do its thing. So I would like to see if we can get a reaction here. BOS to the downside, change of direction. A lot of this looks good. The only thing is I'm not liking this right here. That's a pretty clean sweep and then a massive drop. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. But yeah, again, I already see the market. It looks like it's fairly bullish, right? Which looks good. So I want to continue looking for these buy opportunities. But who knows? We may have something that looks a bit cleaner down here, right? Left shoulder, head, change of direction, equal lows, right? We may have another opportunity down here, shift the market up higher, right? So let's take a look at that. NZD CAD. It looks like we have the same zone, right? We have the same zone, but let's go take a look on a higher time frame. Let's take a look. So, I mean, this is just like ugly structure. That's why I never really trade NZD CAD. But I guess when we have really good buy zones down here, buy opportunities, and technically on the monthly, the market has just been continuing in that downward trend. I mean, and honestly, for the past 2 to 3 years, it's just been consolidating. Possible reversal after we got this reversal here. All we've been doing is consolidating again, which is a good thing. So because it's continuing in that downtrend, I would like to continue in that downward trend, right? But however, we are stuck in the middle. So we have a seller's opportunity right here. Not sure when, but if the market can make its way, I would not mind seeing if we can go ahead and look for sales so we can go ahead and shift that market back down. But till then, right, the market is going up right now. So I want to see if we can go ahead and look for some buys to sells. But if I get clapped, I know why, right? The market on the higher time frame was technically heading down. I'm trying to buy to my sell zone, right? And sometimes when you're counter trend trading, right, if the trend's going down and you're trading against the current, you know what I'm saying? So, let's see. This has to be a daily starting point. Yeah, daily starting point down here. So yeah, I have this same exact zone you have. Daily, real quick. Daily. This would be the daily change of character. This was my very last BOS. Now, if we can go ahead and change direction on this daily, we may just continue down. We may just continue down because this is just a lot of liquidity to the downside that the market's just been tackling. So yeah, just keep that in mind, Maria. I do see this. I would not mind to see if we can get a reaction, right? I'm personally not going to be the first one in. I'm going to be waiting to see if we can get that change of direction, and then I'll look. But because I never really traded NZD CAD, honestly, I never really traded as much. But yeah, just to throw that out there. I'm personally waiting, and if it doesn't really look 100% because I'm very, very picky. Like if the structure does not look exactly how I would like it to see, then I'm okay with not taking a trade. Like I know for sure I can catch another trade tomorrow. And that's how you guys got to be. You guys got to get to that state where, like, you know what, this one doesn't look 100% clean to me. You know, I've seen cleaner, and I don't trade this, so I'm not even going to be aggressive with it. I know for sure I can catch another trade another day. I'm fine. I don't need to risk my account and lose 1%. I can save the 1% and keep my ammo loaded. Right? So let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, wait, is this you showing off real quick, Yanni? I like it. I mean,
Yeah. So I was gonna ask you,
I like it.
like with the fib, is it like the same as a starting point?
No, I don't
Some,
want anybody to think it may line up with the starting point.
yeah, it does line up sometimes. It's like really
Yes,
close.
it may line up sometimes, but I don't want anybody to think that the fib is related to the starting point or related to the head and shoulder. The fib is its own type of entry slash strategy,
Oh,
right?
but it works the same.
But it works along with head and shoulder and starting point structure, right?
Oh,
So you had it from the high down to the low. That's exactly how you should do it. Your 7-9 and 8-8-6. That's exactly where it should be. You attacked these lows. That was a snipe, like literally, like it was probably such a snipe it didn't even put you in. And if it did, solid.
it's
Um,
because I traded it through Meta 5. I didn't trade it on TradingView.
okay, I mean that's fine. But yes, Teo, it can be used as extra confirmation. Yes, that's exactly what I use it for if I use it. And that's exactly what you guys should be using it for as well. I never want to just tell anybody just to use the fib and that's like only thing you use. So yeah, I would just use it for extra confirmation because like 85 to 95% of the time it's going to line up with a solid starting point, smart money slash levels entry. Right. So super, super solid. This was good. 1 to 5. My boy smacking out here. I like it, bro. Solid.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and take a look at this last one, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night, guys. Tonics Pharmaceuticals. Now, is this Richard? Is this a stock? What is this, bro?
Sorry about that. I couldn't get myself off of mute. It is a stock, and it is a stock that I stumbled upon, and they've been in company since 2007. Back in, 2021-ish, they were at $896,000 a share. And what they do is they focus on stuff that's going on, like the pandemic, for example. As when they excelled. Right now, they just January, they were at 16 cents a share, bro. And they skyrocketed back up into the $22. What I want to know is this, in your opinion, a bust because it's so low, or does it have the potential to shoot itself back up to where it was? Because what goes up must come down. but history repeats itself, man.
For me personally, it looks like a bust. Just the way it's been hanging out here for literally almost like just under 10 years. Like this is 2015. So, it's been hanging out in this area for so long. Like something big in the world would have to happen, like a pandemic, for this to pop off again. Like just regular people needing their medicine and medication and things like that isn't really going to do a whole lot for this stock, even if it is at $23 or 23 cents a share.
So
Now,
you don't see it shooting up any higher since it was in the 16 cents at one point.
I personally don't, but let's take a look. And I don't really trade stocks that often, but I'm just looking at structure, right? I'm always listening and respecting and obeying structure. Right now, heavily downtrending, we can all see that. Now
Yeah.
let's go ahead and drop down. I can reset this. Okay, not a good sign for me. Let me tell you why. Now, anytime I see liquidity, right? Now, again, the market is downtrending, which means we have lower low, lower high. Now, again, guys, sometimes in stocks, right? Sometimes with stocks, we have these gaps. Anytime you see a gap like that, just think of it as a bearish candle. Just think of it as a bearish candle. And now we have a break of structure to the downside. Now, as soon as we get that break of structure to the downside, my starting point is right here. My stop loss is right here. Cool. Now notice after we get this starting point, what does the market do, guys? We talked about it all session. What does the market do? As soon as it gives us a clean, clear setup, what happens to structure? You guys can unmute and play along. It's cool.
Consolidates.
It's consolidating. Those big gaps, Yanni, are imbalances. And again, anytime we see that, right, just think of it as a candle, right? That's right there. So yes, after we get that, market starts to consolidate. We have trend line liquidity, and the market is just chilling, moving sideways. Now, again, anybody who, it went from, 20, I don't know, this is $11, around $11, shot up to $100, or is this 100? It has to be $120. Boom, shot
Yeah,
up
it has a 50.
right to the starting point. So let's go ahead and mark this up. We have BOS to the upside. My change of character line would be right here. So we have that change of direction. And like, even though like this is a stock and we're in a downtrend, sometimes, guys, this is exactly how Head and Shoulders looks. Left shoulder, head, change of direction. Guys, notice how there's an imbalance. For all the smart money traders, there's an imbalance right where my shoulder is. For me, I would be looking for a rejection for sales around this area. Anywhere within this range, I would be looking to take some shorts. That's just what the market is telling me, Richard. I'm not saying it's like a bad stock or whatever the case may be. This is what the market is telling me, right?
Yeah.
So let's take a look right here. Dive in. We have a break of structure to the downside within the structure that's right here. We got a low. We got a low, high, BOS to the downside. And again, think of these gaps as candles. This is a great candle right here.
Got it.
Boom. My starting point is right here. So I would like to see if the market can make its way, right? The market may make another pump. It may go from, $7 to $40. And then I would be looking to see if the market will continue with that shift for me personally. Now, again, it's been hanging around this spot for so long. can stocks even go below like cents? Like, can they be in the negative? Is that even a thing?
I don't know. I saw it at the beginning of the month or the year. If you go to the year to date one for it, it was in the cents. It was like at 16 cents. I bought in this morning at $18.38 and instantly was up 12 bucks. It got into the $22. I'm like, so I don't know what's going on here, but seeing it's past, I'm like, okay, does this have potential to get back to the 800,000 range? Like, is it worth to just forget about it and take the L if it goes to take an L, or is it like
So because and this is my opinion, because it's so cheap right now, um, and if you're willing to, it looks like you've already been willing to, risk and invest, right? Only invest what you can afford to lose, first and foremost, and then just set and forget it, bro. Just
that?
set and forget
That's
it because the way the market's looking, for me personally, it looks like it wants to continue selling. And if it happens to go your way, then you just came up because the market was such at a good price.
yeah, that's pretty much how I was viewing it. Because I mean, I only invested 30 bucks into it. What's 30 bucks? Gas tank.
Yeah, if that's what you're willing to risk, yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine, bro. There's no saying you have to throw in, X amount.
Yeah,
But yeah, I hope that was valuable for you, bro.
thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, fire call. In my opinion, fire session. Continue to ask your questions, continue to send in charts because it only gets you better. You guys can see the people who send in the charts. I mean, they're leveling up, takes time, but you can see it. I see the growth in a lot of people. You know, I may not say it to everybody because then y'all get big headed. Y'all get big old heads, bro. But I can see it in everybody. Y'all ask the questions. I can see the growth, man. So stay consistent. Don't don't be humbled. Just be humble. You know what I'm saying? Don't be humbled. Be humble, guys. Because the market will get you. As soon as you think you're all that in a bag of chips, it's gonna get you. Stay consistent with your risk to reward. Stay consistent with your percentage risk. Continue to take quality trades. Don't be too aggressive until you guys get confirmations. It's okay to sit on your hands till you get confirmations, guys. I promise you. And then when you guys do that, when you guys start to sit in your hands and wait for confirmations, you guys are going to understand why the market is tricking you because you're just watching and waiting. And then you're like, well, it's enticing me here, but I haven't really got confirmation yet. And then boom, you're going to see it like, oh, that would have tricked me. I would have taken a loss there. And then you start to develop psychologically. So yeah, guys, fire call my opinion. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Continue to back test for yourself though. Don't just wait for my call and for Neri's call for the back testing sessions. Get your hands dirty, even if it's for 10, 20 minutes. It's okay. Even if you're new, shit, who cares? It starts somewhere. I know back testing for the first time when you're new can be very overwhelming. Where do I start? What do I look for? Hey, it's okay. You're practicing. You're not losing any money, but you're gaining experience. Period, dog. Big dog shit. You feel me? So, boom. I will see you guys on Monday. I appreciate you guys for hopping on. See you guys.